Get faster internet speeds for free when you get TV, internet, and phone. Ask for Trio from Rev.
Rev, join the revolution.
Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight.
A cabinet minister lashes out at those who've called for the prime minister's resignation. That story coming up.
Former F&M cabinet minister Tennyson Wells says those 6 dissenting F&M MPs should not offer themselves to be renominated. That story straight ahead. 2 men brought before the court in connection with the major drug bust that occurred in New Providence on Sunday. Details coming up.
Welcome to our news. I'm Christina McNeil. Thanks for joining us. Topping news tonight, Agriculture Minister V. Alfred Gray says it's heightened stupidity that's led opposition leader Dr. Hubert Minnis and Democratic National Alliance leader Granville McCartney to call for the resignation of Prime Minister Perry Christie following the gender equality referendum earlier this month. Jasmine Brown caught up with Gray outside the Cabinet office this morning and filed this report.
Responding to those calls, Gray called the notion that the prime minister should resign the height of stupidity.
It seemed to me that is, as I said, heightened stupidity.
Last week, McCartney and Minnis insisted Christie should follow the lead of UK Prime Minister David Cameron, who announced plans to step down after voters rejected his push to have the UK remain in the European Union. Gray, who is also the Member of Parliament for Michael, says comparing what happened in the Bahamas to what happened in Britain is just plain wrong.
The British Prime Minister resigned on a matter of principle because he felt, as Prime Minister, he could not support the breakaway. That's a different matter. If something happens that you cannot live with in any governance, the right thing to do will be to resign if you can't live with the results. But who's saying Christie or Minnis can't live with the results? I think it's all political pandering.
Gray also pointed out that there were others like Minnis and Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner who supported the referendum, yet they're not being asked to resign.
If Mr. Christie should go, the least I would say is that Minnis should also go.
Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Thanks, Jasmine. Well, the 6 Free National Movement MPs who have been voicing their dissatisfaction with opposition leader Dr. Hubert Minnis should not seek to be ratified by the party to run in the next general election, according to former F&M cabinet minister Tennyson Wells. Dana Smith reports.
As the F&M moves closer to its July 27th convention, some have questioned what will be the fate of those 6 MPs should Minnis retain the top leadership spot once again. In recent weeks, the group has been harshly critical of Minnis's leadership. Wells said the 6 MPs should do the honorable thing and should not even consider offering themselves for renomination.
There will be a distraction and people will continue to talk about whether or not the party is united or supporting the leadership and carrying out the wishes of the council, because they have demonstrated over the last 2 years that they are not interested in that.
The MPs had essentially pushed Minnis to hold an early convention, asserting they've lost confidence in his leadership. They delivered Minnis an ultimatum: call an early convention or they'll send a letter to the Governor General asking for his removal as opposition leader.
We have to have harmony. We can't have people who are there, who has been there now for 2 years, nipping at his heels, biting, trying to undermine him. And this is not only those persons, but there are people outside, former leaders in the party.
However, Wells said among the 6, there are 2 MPs whom he feels could still prove to be an asset to the F&M, North Eleuthera's Theo Neely and St. Anne's Hubert Chipman.
They have been vocal and I think less vicious in what they had to say publicly. But maybe I think the rest of them, for the harmony in the party, I don't think they could possibly change what they have been saying and stuff like that. And I think the party should deal with them.
Fort Charlotte MP Dr. Andre Rollins has already said he would not seek an F&M nomination if Minnis is returned as leader. Central Grand Bahama MP Nico Grant and Montague MP Richard Lightbourne would not say definitively if they would seek a nomination when asked by the NASA Guardian's National Review. Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner has said she's under the impression the MPs won't get nominations. Neely and Chipman both said they would seek to be renominated. Reporting for Our News, I'm Dana Smith.
Thanks, Dana. Well, the F&M deputy leader is now speaking out on what this may mean for those candidates. Giorgio Sturp reports.
As the Free National Movement's three-day convention fast approaches, Deputy Leader Peter Turnquest suggested today that there could be consequences for those 6 F&M MPs who expressed a loss in confidence in the party leader, Dr. Hubert Minnis. Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner, Central Grand Bahama MP Nico Grant, North Eleuthera MP Theo Neely, St. Anne's MP Hubert Chipman, Montague MP Richard Lightbourne, and Fort Charlotte MP Dr. Andre Rollins made news headlines recently when they gave him an ultimatum.
There are consequences for our actions, right? All of us, all right? And I guess the only other thing I would say is that, you know, we will cross that bridge when we come to it. At the end of the day, I believe that they all have something to offer, this party and this country, and we will utilize their talents in the best way we can do so.
Amid questions over whether those 6 dissenting F&M MPs would get party nominations ahead of the next general election, former Chairman Darren Cash said they could still be allowed to seek nominations.
None of the existing candidates have been ratified. And that's deliberate, and so there's nothing unusual about this process. It's the way it has been done, as I understand it.
The F&M deputy also weighed in on plans by Butler Turner and the new F&M Senator Dr. Dwayne Sands.
I wouldn't characterize it as a threat, but I will say that they are viable candidates. Of course they are. You know, they bring with them a vast amount of experience, and both in politics as well as in the private sector. They're quality individuals. But as I said before, I believe that Dr. Minnis and I provide the kind of vision, the kind of leadership that we need at this time.
The F&M's convention is set for July 27th to July 29th. Reporting for Our News, I'm Giorgio Sturp.
Thanks, Giorgio. In other news, 2 men were charged in a magistrate's court this morning after police seized more than $1 million worth of marijuana just off Tonique-Williams-Darling Highway on Sunday morning. Our Simone Davis was in court and filed this report.
34-year-old Dundas Munning, seen in the blue jacket, and 41-year-old Dennis Ernest in the gray and blue striped shirt appeared before Magistrate Andrew Forbes and were charged with possession of dangerous drugs and conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with the intent to supply. According to police reports, 2 men were arrested in a quiet residential area known as Pecano's Properties off Tonique-Williams-Darling Highway at around 9:15 a.m. on Sunday, June 26. Officers seized $1,389,000 worth of marijuana. While on the scene, police said they believed the marijuana was being broken down for street distribution. Ernest, who was represented by attorney Jomo Campbell, pleaded not guilty to both charges. Munnings, who was unrepresented, also pleaded not guilty to both charges. Ernest was also charged separately for the possession of drugs with the intent to supply. He pleaded not guilty to that charge as well. The men were remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections. Both Ernest and Munnings were denied bail and ordered to return to court on the 29th of September for the presentation of the voluntary bill of indictment. From the Magistrates Court for Our News, I'm Simone Davis.
Thanks, Simone. Still to come, taking another look at the proposed mortgage relief plan. That's coming up when Our News returns.